Hello, my name is Elizabeth McCoy, and today I am going to share more about my life-altering journey. A journey that took me from being a popular, very active 14-year-old girl who had big dreams leading up to me moving to Nashville after high school to pursue my singing career. Then, all of a sudden, on the night of August 26, 2000, we learn that our lives can change in the blink of an eye. Can you imagine being a 14-year-old with your life planned out? Now, all of a sudden, you must rely on others for everything you need. You aren't able to safely do anything for yourself anymore because you've suffered a traumatic brain injury and you must relearn how to do everything. I have learned one thing over the years since this tragic night, and that is that tomorrow is never promised. So you must learn how to live each day to the fullest and go after your dreams. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." I know, especially when you are going through the struggles, it isn't always easy to walk by faith, but I promise you, once you learn to do this, it does bring nothing but peace and freedom. Once you learn to give it to God and let Him be in control. On September 27th, just 1 month after that tragic night when my life was totally upended, they transferred me from Wesley Hospital in Wichita, Kansas to Children's Mercy Inpatient Rehab Unit in Kansas City, Missouri. This was over a 3-hour drive in the back of an ambulance. I've only been awake for about a week, still learning how to cope with and figure out just what exactly happened. I still had no idea how vastly different my life was actually going to be. Have you ever had something happen in your life, whether it's in your job or something more personal, that totally came out of nowhere and changed the entire course of your life? If you have, then you may have a pretty good idea what I was dealing with. On September 28th, I was able to take a real shower, actually in the shower. Of course, not by myself. I had occupational therapy with me, but I was able to wash my hair more independently, and that was huge. Later that day, I also took 3 steps with a rolling walker, which was a major improvement. The last time that I took 3 steps, it was in the parallel bars with more than one therapist having their hands on me and my wheelchair right underneath me. And that was just a few days prior to me walking now with a rolling walker. Slowly but surely, I am beginning to make gains. Small gains, but they are gains nonetheless. In times when it seems that nothing is going right and it's a struggle to stay positive, something that has helped me is at the end of every day, before going to sleep discouraged, think about the entire day and pick out 3 positive moments. With this situation, my 3 positives would be: I took 3 steps with a walker. I took the steps without my knees buckling and me going crashing to the floor. And I was able to wash my hair almost all by myself. I know that these may seem small, or you may have difficulty finding the positive, but even if they are small, I promise you, as you focus on the positive aspects of each day, more positive moments will come out of each and every day. What you focus on grows. So forget the low points and only focus on the high points. It will get better. I promise. At this point, I was still unable to speak, as my vocal cords remained very weak from the ventilator that had been in for over 2 weeks. I couldn't open my right eye, so I would continue to answer questions, yes or no questions, by blinking my left eye and letting people know what I needed by writing on a whiteboard. Can you imagine what this must have been like? My voice was such an important part of who I was before all this happened. My singing ability was so effortless and came so natural and easy for me. And now, well, I can't even speak. Medical staff still had to be present to help me in and out of the bed as I was still very, very weak. And I needed nurses or therapists to assist me to safely do anything when I wasn't in the bed or seated in the wheelchair. I was very particular and would get moody and crabby at times if I didn't want to do something. On the 28th of September, they would take me outside of the hospital for the first time to get fresh air, but I then wanted to come right back in so that I could take a nap. I continued to require lots of rest, as I hadn't been sleeping well at night, and after suffering a traumatic brain injury, this is actually what your brain and your body needs most to heal, is rest. Of course, if I was sleeping in the day, I needed everyone out of my room so that I could have a quiet place to rest the best that I could. I continued to progress each day, walking more with a walker, but I still fatigued very, very quickly, and I had the wheelchair right behind me for when I needed to sit. On the morning of October 8th, when my mom entered my room, I told her good morning and I love you for the first time. Of course, my voice was very weak and it would come and go and was nothing but a whisper, but I said it. I was also smiling some on this day too. Me saying words for the first time seemed like the biggest accomplishment. By now, all of this really was feeling like a huge nightmare that we just prayed we would wake up from, but we never did. Can you imagine being to a point in your life that your voice was so precious to you, but then something unexpected happens that causes you to not be able to speak for 43 days? And you begin to wonder if you will ever speak again. This was very difficult for me. And even though I was able to speak, it was a whisper that took months for my voice to strengthen enough for it to not cut out mid-sentence and to be more than just a hushed whisper. Deuteronomy 31:6 says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you." It's during these times that remembering whose child you are is so important. With the trials I've been faced with thus far, it would be hard for anyone to keep going. But, as I have said before in previous messages, I had people praying for me all over the world, and I promise prayers do work, or I would not be here today sharing any of this with you. Once during my stay in the inpatient rehab, I had a group of 5 friends come to visit me from school. It was nice to see them, but at this point it still had not really hit me how different my life would actually be once I was back in school. I was trying to focus on my recovery and getting stronger, And little did I know that once back in school, full time, I would be facing the hardest challenges that I would ever face in my life. I know right now, whatever struggles you are going through seem harder than you can even bear. Just remember this verse. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." If you are feeling weary with the struggles and difficulties that you are currently dealing with, and you feel like you just can't get past them and can't possibly keep going, just ask the Lord to be your strength. Ask the Lord to be your confidence. Ask Him for wisdom and clarity and knowledge to help you to get through these difficult times and whatever it is that you're dealing with. I believe and know in my heart that we all have a purpose. And these struggles will only prove to help you grow stronger with each and every one that you're able to overcome. Each day that you face these challenges head on, I promise you, it will help you to grow stronger and will ultimately help to mold you into the person you are meant to be. I know this because that is exactly what it was like for me. Each and every struggle that I have had to face and learn to overcome over the many years that I continue to keep pushing through has just helped to make me the strong, confident woman that I am today so that I can fulfill my purpose and fulfill God's will for my life. So whatever you do, please don't stop. My purpose for coming to you each week with a message is to help inspire you, help to provide hope, help to keep you going when all you want to do is give up, and help you to learn to overcome whatever it is you're dealing with. I know that you can do it. I know that you have dreams, and I know that deep down inside of you, you have everything you need to make those dreams come true. So don't stop now. Don't give up. Keep going. Ask for help. God will place the people in your life that can help you to get past your struggles. He will provide the strength that will help you to keep going. He will help you to be able to persevere. But you have to start by believing in yourself and not give up. Stay strong. Be determined, and you will persevere. You will overcome. I know you can do anything you put your mind to. God will make a way where there is no way. That right there is exactly what He has done for me. So don't give up. It won't always be easy, but nothing worth doing ever is. If plan A doesn't work, don't worry. You have 25 more letters in the alphabet to go. So keep pushing and figure out the plan that works best for you. I will be back next Wednesday to share more about my uphill climb to the most beautiful journey that has been ultimately the most rewarding and better than I ever could have imagined. If you found value from this, please share it with others who may also need a little hope and inspiration. Please like and follow my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you are in need of prayer for anything, please comment below so that I can be a prayer warrior for you or your loved ones. And if you found value in this message, you may also find value in some of the previous parts, so please take a listen. Thank you, and God bless.